All systems go, Captain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, it is your man on the wall, Chris Ferry. We are back again with another episode of Blurred's Eye View. I thank you all for tuning in. And if this is your first time here, show your love on the YouTube channel, show your love on the IG page, show your love on the FB page, show your love wherever you listen to us or watch us, wherever you do your podcast. And you can also check us out on Always Press Record, that's APR TV, through Roku and Amazon Fire devices. But thank you once again for tuning in. We got a great show for you today, as we always do. And what's up, Skip over there, Blurred over? What's going on? I see you over in the IG channel. But let's get this party started. Shoyo's in the building. What's going on, Shoyo?
Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Despite the fact that I thought I was a day ahead of myself.
Oh no,
It's been that week.
is that worse than feeling like you're behind?
No.
Okay.
It just feels like I've missed something.
Okay.
I just feel like I've gotten more done, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. So it's not worse. It's not a worse feeling, but no, it's a feeling. What's going on, Bama? Bama's in the building. What's happening?
Hi.
So yeah, it's not a worse feeling. No.
That's good.
It's just a feeling. I'm like, is the day going by faster, or is it just I'm forgetting something? So,
Yeah.
Tafari, he's in the building. What's happening?
Safari.
Well, I would like to tell all rappers, this is a call for peace. I was kidding. I was joking about using real bullets. Y'all weren't supposed to Alan Wake this and make my writing reality.
That was not supposed to happen. For those who have been sleeping under a rock, for about 3 days, we have been awake, listening to what is so-called hip-hop beef. What's going on, Mayhem?
What up?
Yeah, Kendrick, I tip my hat to you, good sir. Not only was it a burial, but it was catchy as hell. I feel sorry for you, Drake fans. I've been a K Dot fan, so there it is. Fine line between lyricism and rapping. I'm just putting that out there. Mayhem, what's been going on with you?
Not much. It sounded like we were talking about the Drake and Kendrick situation, and I just want to say that BBL Drizzy and They Not Like Us are just in a serious battle for supremacy in my brain. Like,
wow.
When there is a quiet moment, when there is stillness and peace in the universe, I just say BBL Drizzy. And I'm just like,
oh my goodness,
it's locked
It's
in.
catchy. It's catchy as hell. Not already as us would be. Already making dance steps for They're Not Like Us, so that's a banger. That's certified.
oh, man. That's gonna get the Cali parties going. There is
Oh,
no
They're
doubt.
already.
I'm sitting here like I was in the shower today. I decided to listen to it fully this time, and I was like okay. I was like, okay, I can see myself with that. Like that song is absolutely gonna take off.
We're gonna hear it at DreamCon. It'll be at the after party.
Oh, yeah. It'll be at DreamCon.
They
It'll
not
be at
like
BlurCon.
So
It's gonna be at all the black cons. Let's put it that way. They're showing up.
maybe the worst part is that I believe they played it as like the cut going to commercial for the NBA playoffs. Like,
Oh,
the Wolves were up over the Nuggets by at least 20 points for the majority of the game. So now, not only is it just the ultimate other anthem, it's like this might be the anthem of just completely getting your ass whooped. Like, that's not great for Drake, Aubrey.
It's
Unfortunate.
it's not looking good for Drake at all. We got our special guest, Roll W Sky, in the building.
hi.
We're gonna get you in. We're gonna talk to you about your project, the Jet Saga. But I know you've been hearing all the Drake and Kendrick beef.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I have nothing against Drake because I've never really liked his music. I never really I've listened to maybe 3 singles out of his entire catalog. And it wasn't because of him. It was because of the production value. Kendrick, I've listened to all the shit. He's got the production and he's got the lyricism, in my opinion. He's a poet.
Yeah.
He's a poet. He's a poet. He's a slam poet prior to all of this. So putting words together is kind of his thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yeah, I haven't really been listening to Drake since he like popped on the scene. Every now and then he'll put out like a banger or something like that. But yeah, Kendrick is genuine. Like when he puts his stuff out, it comes from the heart. Whereas like Drake, I don't know, the ghostwriting and all that stuff kind of hits me different.
yeah, it's kind of a fair assessment that yeah, Drake, you might want to go ahead and just lay low for a while. Oh, now the news, there was a shooting at his residence. His security guard was shot. Hopefully he recovers and is okay. No word as of yet as to what happened exactly. No suspects. So people that are listening out there, do not take this for too lightly. We can't have another East Coast West Coast thing.
Oh my!
We don't want that happening again. That was
It was fun when it was lyrics. Folks is getting hurt now. Knock it off.
Right. Said Cole is on a sun-kissed beach drinking mimosas with his picky ups, and I like J. Cole. That's why I was surprised. I'm like, Jay, sit down, dude. No, don't.
Kendrick told J. Cole, "Don't come to school tomorrow." That's
oh.
Word has it. Schoolboy Q said, "Don't do it, my friend. Don't sit down. This ain't the battle. This ain't the battle." But to Drake's security guard, I hope you recover. No shade to you or anything like that. This is beyond words. It should strictly stay on, as we used to say, on wax. And call it a day. That's it. Or you can do like Sean the Heartbreak Kid Michaels just said, come to the ring. Come to WWE, come to AEW, NXT, come get in the ring, settle this out. Let's get this settled. I'm like, oh, Shawn Michaels is listening to both of y'all. All right. Somebody gonna catch some sweet chin music. Who never know? You ever know? You never know. So Ro, let's get you going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Jet Saga, talk to us. What's it all about?
Yeah. So the Jet Saga, it follows a character named Kevin. He's based in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so my peeps here listening from Chicago. Let's go. Basically, it follows Kevin as he's trying to become a hero. It's kind of his take on new age hero action. With all the politics that are going on in the world right now and everything that's happening in the Middle East and in Israel, kind of the story is kind of taking on this outlook of what do we do with cylindrical chaos that's handed down from the people before us, and how do we do better in that. So that's kind of the overview. I started this when I was in college. Nowadays, I'm working with a team on it. So yeah, the goal right now is to get it out to the people. So I'm promoting, going to more Comic-Cons. Yeah.
So before we get further into it, I do want to show the YouTube video you have for the Jet Saga. I want everybody to take a look at this, and we'll show you your link where you can get seen and everything. So here it is right here. Check it out. There it is, the Jet Saga. So let's talk to you about your character. Let's break the character down and get into it. Tell everybody what this character's, the build up, the birth, all of that good stuff.
So I'll tell you a little bit, try to jump around so that I don't spoil too much. But Kevin lives in Chicago, as I said before. Chicago, just like everywhere else in the world, these people are popping up with powers. They're called the third generation. So about 70 years ago, there were 10 people that just popped up that had these abilities. And scientists and everyone were going crazy and doing experiments on them and trying to figure out, where is this coming from? But in that 10 years, like I said, only about 10 people popped up. And they were called the Golden Generation. In about 20 years from that date, there were about maybe 400 people that were popping up with some type of ability. And so people were counting them down. They were called the second generation or the silver generation. But nowadays, in the last like 5 years, there have been per like every 5,000 people, at least one person popping up with some type of ability. And it might be something as small as like, being able to smell someone super far away. So every country is trying to figure out what they're going to do about this. Some countries are, super peaceful about it. But no place is more divided than America. I mean, you have the northern states who are pro like hero. They're like, if you have a power, like use it to make the world a better place. They'll even give you a license. But if you live in the Midwest or the South, they're not about it. They're like, if you got these powers, don't use them. You will get arrested, especially if you're in Chicago. So Kevin, it's interesting. This kind of comes up for him when he's heading to college for his sophomore year. He's had asthma his whole life, and so it's made him really meek. He goes around living life, trying to stay in the shadows because he doesn't want to draw attention, because his self-esteem is like super low. But when he's in his sophomore year of college, the mayor of Chicago, who's running again, passes this new act. And basically anyone that comes from like, low income that's going to college gets free insurance. And so he gets for the first time, the ability to go and get checked out. And when he does, an operation happens where this guy who's like the number one surgeon, he's like a super genius, he's playing around with this experiment that he got in the mail. And basically it's called a catalyst that he's been given to try out. And it kind of shocks Kevin's antibodies, and he gets powers. It goes way more deeper than that, but Kevin basically goes from being zero to hero. I mean, that's the basic hero story arc. But his thing is more about finding out who he is in the midst of all of that, and then this idea of change. What does it mean on a micro level, and what it means in a macro level? Around him, Chicago's kind of going up in flames. You have poverty that's happening, and then you have cops. You have older Black people. You have different areas trying to say they know what's best for the city, for the kids. But for the first time, Kevin has the ability to make a difference, and so he's trying to grab hold of that. Some things about Kevin, so like his ability is kind of like water manipulation. He's no different than a water bender. But the difference is, if there is a difference, that whenever his adrenaline is pumping, water is attracted to him. So he goes from like not being able to do anything, but if someone shoots a gun at him, like a fire hydrant will explode and it'll literally try and like protect him. So Kevin's like big thing is learning how to take, something that's 100 and like bring it down. Because whenever water is like attracted to him, it really kind of dehydrates him and it'll kill him really quick. And so he has to learn how to do smaller things like make bubbles. So like if someone shoots guns or a gun at him, he should be able to catch the bullets with like bubbles, those type of things. So that's a little bit about Kevin. Like I said, I gave you a little bit of what's in the first issue, but it goes way deeper than that. You got superheroes in here that are for the government. Like there's a character named Cosmic Punch. He's super cool. Like he punches the space between atoms. So like if someone's shooting bullets at him, he literally just punches way out. But yeah, you got any more questions?
Tafari?
So the catalyst is like it takes his latent DNA and basically forces it active is what's happening to him.
Yes. So a little bit of lore in the series, you find out like later on that these powers have been around for a long time. They just go dormant and then they come out. But the rarest type of people with these abilities, they're either called catalysts or buffers. And so if you look way back in time, King Arthur, he was actually sired by Merlin, who was a catalyst. And basically Merlin, he had this vision that this meteorite was going to come and everything that was going to happen from this meteorite. And so he forged the sword from it, and then he put like a spell on it. But basically he was one of the first catalysts, and he basically dictated, the future. So in the modern time, there's this lady that works in the government, and she's called the clairvoyant. And basically, she's another version of that. She though is a buffer. So when she was 5 years old, she had this vision of like the next like 40 years of her life in a dream. It was just so detailed. And then every night that she slept, every night she sleeps, she has this vision over and over again. And so she's in the government and she's trying to kind of lead the world to a better place. Like I said, these themes of like, how do we make this world better is so far in there, but it's always kind of a hit or miss depending on your perspective. So for her, she's been experimenting with this idea of catalysts and buffers. People who have powers who are coming out and doing stuff that they shouldn't, they just disappear and then they come back and then they can't do anything anymore. And that's because the government kind of kidnaps them, and then she does her buffer ability, which is the opposite. She can push and recess, someone's ability back in. So the catalyst, though, is kind of like a mutation on her buffer, and that's what they used on Kevin. But it doesn't usually work. It's probably about a success rate of like 1 in a million. Usually people just get really, really sick. But the gentleman that tried this on Kevin didn't really care. He's a impoverished kid. He's using, low income insurance that's provided by the government. Right. But for Kevin, he lucked out,
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, that adds some layers to that story. That's really cool. Not gonna lie.
Layers on layers on layers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I'm like, you see the realism and the reality part of it coming out, and you're just like, when you say, especially when you start talking about the health insurance, and I'm looking at the government like, see, it can be done. It's just a way to do it. But this is really dope. Mayhem, question?
Yeah, during that animation, can you explain? It looked like Kevin was talking to a kid, and he opened up a comic book, and then a character popped out and came to life. Is that what happened there?
So in Kevin's world, he reads a comic book called Moon Man, and Moon Man in his world is supposed to be fiction. So it's like us reading Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. But what he doesn't know is that Moon Man was a real hero. He was a part of the Silver Generation, except it's based on a true story. So Moon Man's story in the comic book is that there was this lady that was super powerful in the galaxy. And she was just going around wreaking havoc, because when you got power, you use power, right? You take what you want. But the creator of Spaces, who's like, think of like a cosmic being, like Silver Surfer level. He's in charge of a sector. He came and he was like, look, you shouldn't be doing this. And so he charged her for her sins to protect this planet called Earth. So she was supposed to sit on this moon and protect this planet. And he was much more powerful than her. But because she's just kind of, petty, honorary, use whatever you want, she took her powers and she put it in a pendant, and then she just dropped it, threw it to Earth, and it just tumbled. And then this professor who was on his way to teach the first day, it landed right in front of him, and he picked it up and he put it on. And so he became Moon Man. So basically during the nighttime when the moon is out, he gets just more powerful, insanely powerful. But his story in the comic book, inside Kevin's comic book, is this idea of this professor who is trying to reach the youth through, teaching, but the kids aren't able to go to college. Not everyone's able to go to college. It's a privilege. And so all around him in his city, in this impoverished city, crime is happening. And so he's like, I'll reach the people here in the mines, but I'll also see what I can do. Because the truth is, we're all in a race at some point in life, and some people, they start behind. The question is, what can we do to get everyone, the shoes that they need, whatever they need, so that they have a fair chance? And so he took it upon himself. So, that's Moon Man. So it's just a comic book, that Kevin reads. But the whole idea of Moon Man's someone has to protect the city. Why can't it be you? And Kevin, he's visioning this of this could be me, This could be me.
I like the layers in this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's because it's obviously this is coming from a place of reality and a place of personal growth. When you mention Chicago, and we all know, we've heard stories about what goes on in Chicago and the shootings and everything, and who has it, and we know or even lived in impoverished neighborhoods and dealing with the healthcare crisis and just the bullying and everything. And all of that is mirror image. And I've always said that a lot of comics, generally all comics, are the mirror image of what's happening in the world. And it's just a way of giving the solution that could help, and it just works. Shoyo, you got a question?
I just wanted, it's like a clarifying question. Did you say you had 2 volumes, or do you have more volumes than that for this?
So right now I have 2 volumes.
Okay.
Each volume has 3 issues in it. The plan is come December to release a 3rd volume, so 3 more issues. Right now I've been on a hiatus from releasing issues for about almost a year, because I've been trying to go to Comic-Cons and promoting this. I feel like stories, to some degree, they're not about the person that creates it. It's a journey between the reader and the writer. So if you're creating something but it's not getting out there, sometimes, the question is, what's the purpose of it? So yeah, I'd much rather have people read it. So yeah, just 6 right now, but hopefully 9 come this December.
Nice.
So if you're people that's wanting to support this book, it's also in the chat, and it's also scrolling at the bottom. It's spot.fun /FL4LLSC. You want to go check that out, give them support on the Jet Saga, because once again, it's an original story. It's an original book, and it's by a person of color, and it needs to be seen. There it is. So what else? Do you have other projects that you're working on besides the Jet Saga?
Oh yeah. So people often ask me, like, what am I? So I went to school to be an illustration, basically a comic book artist. But I tell them I'm a storyteller, like in any form. Like I just love telling stories. Right now I'm writing a science fiction novel called A Guy in His Mech. It's about I don't know, these people flying around in mech suits, trying to protect the world. It's super insane. I'm about 2/3 done with it. My goal is, once I'm done with it, to pitch it and get an agent and get it out on the shelves. That's something you can be looking out for. Besides that, I have a lot of ideas, but between that, trying to get these 2 out, those have been my main 2. But be on the lookout, because like I said, I love stories, and I have so many that I'm waiting to tell. But yeah.
Right.
I want to say,
DVSJ says, I don't see too many comics dig as deep into themes like class struggle quite like this story. One name that comes to mind is Dwayne McDuffie. The theme is important. You're right. You're right.
Rest in peace.
Hi, Laney.
Real Horde isn't barely building. I would say got a question, but you're just jumping in, so I didn't want to throw you on the spot.
Yeah.
No, don't.
That's good.
That's why I had shuttles built.
Show do you have something else to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, Ro, like the way you lit up after Chris's question, like I just noticed that, like how excited you got talking about the other projects and like saying that you're a storyteller. Like I love that. Like you are very excited about like storytelling, and storytelling is not easy. I mean, Chris was talking about lyricism versus just rapping, but storytelling versus just narrating is very different. So being able to tell a story and like have people read it and then feel like you are telling a story is a very big skill. So I love that, seeing you light up.
Thank you so much, Shoto. Thank you, appreciate that.
Ro, I have a question.
Yes sir.
What is your dream project? What is there? I know there's a project that you have. Every creator has a dream. That one moment when they're just like, if I get this amount of money, I'll be able to do this, or if this happens, I'll be able to do this. It's always that one, and I won't say the word unattainable. It's that one holy grail that they want to get their hands on and make it come to life. What is that for you?
Oh man. So Dr. Fury, Chris Fury, I'm gonna take the cheat answer out. So I feel like ever since I was a little kid, just like the clairvoyant, I've just been kind of gifted with stories. I came from like the foster system myself, so an out was a lot of times just daydreaming, So like stories would just come to me, and they still do. And sometimes I feel like my noggin's just going like ting, 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 ting. So I have to like prioritize because, we're all finite beings. We can't do everything. So I'll just tell you about the most recent idea that came to me yesterday. I actually sat down and I was starting to sketch it. And I was like, man, this would be an amazing manga. But then I was like, oh, hold your horses. Like you gotta work on the stuff that you're working on right now. But yeah, so this story right here, I haven't come up with a name about it, but there are 3 different levels to the hemisphere. So at the top, you have, or let's start at the bottom. So at the bottom, you have all these like metropolitan cities. The world is either desert, or just not livable, or you have these humongous cities. So at the bottom, you have these the street level, which is extremely unsafe. You have these creatures that kind of look like zombies, but they're really not. They kind of come from these like dark portals. But the sense is like the streets are unsafe. Because of that, mankind lives in these skyscrapers, but they live in like the mid sections up to like the upper sections. So you have these metropolitan cities that are they're being lived on top of these skyscrapers. During the nighttime, there are different like forces during the daytime, there are different forces that go and restructure the cities to make sure that like the skyscrapers themselves will hold, because these creatures are trying their best to get up there to eat these people. So it's kind of weird though, because by chapter 3, you find out that these skyscrapers are like built of like, I don't know, it's like a different type of metal. And just think about your common, titanium, kryptonite, whatever you want. But basically, you find out there's this religion that these people follow that live in this city. And basically, there are these angels that came down to save mankind, and they reconstructed these cities. But basically, the angels and in the religion, it outlaws like technology, like advanced technology, because apparently that's what summoned these creatures. And so it's an interesting take, because these people that live in these skyscrapers, they use technology to maintain the buildings, but they can't go farther than that. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. Okay, so the story kind of follows like this like 19-year-old, like he kicks it with his crew. So there's like 5 of them, but of the 5, like he's the one that always is pushing for more. But everyone else in the crew is like, why are you always trying to do more? And he's just kind of like en avant-garde. He's always like, there has to be more than just living this. Plus, they're also on the lowest level. Like you talk about this class system, the higher you are up in their civilization, the farther up in the skyscrapers you are, until you're on top where you can breathe slightly better air. But basically, his way into like getting beyond that is to become part of one of the corp. And the corp has a couple different positions. One of them is like protecting the city. So like your snipers, you'll use like a wind tunnel to snipe during the nighttime, because some of the beasts that roam down below, they're kind of powerful, meaning like they can climb. And so their job is to just protect it at night. But the remedial like part of this force is like the cleaning. So think of like people who clean skyscraper windows. Like that's basically what you would be doing. And so he's trying to get into that. But one of his friends that is in there, like he's always up to trouble. So not the main character, but his friend. She likes to take stuff that she finds and tinker with it. So the common like, person that's like fixing stuff. But she's on next level. So like they're doing what kids normally do. Like they're kicking it. But instead of like, doing like skateboarding or playing basketball, they're tinkering with this stuff and like, cruising around, which is super illegal, because you shouldn't be cruising around and you shouldn't be messing with technology, because that's what brought the beast to begin with. But the last layer to this is you find out that the religion that these people, follow is kind of real. Like, every now and then you literally will see an angel fly from the sky. But then you find out later in like the 10th episode that these are not real angels. It's actually another civilization of people that live in the clouds, and they have technology. And so there's this conspiracy, because you find out that these beasts, they actually don't come from the darkness. You find out that at some point, scientists, once again, were messing around with stuff, and they create these anomalies. So I'm gonna stop you right there. But I got super excited, because as a story appears to me, sometimes it's like watching a movie, and I'm just kind of like blown away by it. And I usually don't have to take notes because they kind of stick up here. That's just kind of the gift I was given. But that's like the most recent idea that I'm just like, yo, if I could make this happen, like, oh man, I'd be smiling all day.
You said yesterday?
I think it was 2 days ago. It happened 2 days. Yeah.
God,
I'm sorry.
That's
It's the mind of a creative.
right.
I mean, he just built a whole world.
The world building.
Not
Okay.
a story, a world.
3 tiers to it.
World building is so important. I'm thinking of Tower of God as you're talking, because Tower of God is to me one of the best. It's got some amazing world building. If you haven't read it, oh my goodness, Tower of God is amazing. But just here, you said, like you said, 2 days. It's like, wow, that kind of world building in 2 days is insane. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that says a lot about your creative genius. Yes, I'm saying that. To have something
Was that
so
hair longer? Money ain't, so pay attention.
have something so profound in tech issue, something so profound and to be thought out so well, and you see that just playing out your head, and as you're describing it, like, I just can't get it out of my head, and I'm like, every creative that deals with these type of things, whether it's comics, whether it's music, whether it's movies or writing a script or whatever, deals with that. Right? They deal with this whole, I got this idea and I'm trying to get it out. I just got to get it out. I got to get it out. And you have those very sure signs of putting something like that out there. And you have those very sure signs. As a matter of fact, part of the reason why I asked you that is we are also part of up and coming streaming service called Blurred Station. Blurred Station also will be the streaming service where people like ourselves has the product, has the content to put out, because we're tired of other streaming services canceling our favorite shows, us not getting represented, not really having a fresh story to tell, a number of issues, right? Not to mention raising your prices. So this is something where you can invest into it, and that investment will in turn pay you back. So you basically get paid to be entertained, but your content is something that you own, right? You've heard like horror stories of people, they write a show or write a movie, and then they don't really see the return on it because the studios take a big chunk of that, right? At Blurred Station, all they want to do is just distribute it. They don't want anything. You own it. It's yours. So I will put you in contact with Kevin J. Murphy, who's actually co-owner of Blurred Station. This is something that I'm sure he will be on to, because we're about building this world of I can't tell you how many Black creatives and people of color we've had come on, or that we've seen online, and the stuff doesn't see a light of day. Their music doesn't see the light of day. Their art doesn't see the light of day. Their comics, their novels, none of this stuff. Their mangas, their animes. There are some amazing artists out there that don't get their stuff seen. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely put you in touch with Kevin. But before we do any more of the interview, I do want to take this break. And when we come back, we'll continue a little bit of questions, and then we're gonna jump into the news. But Lainey, and I'll start with you when we come back, Lainey. So until then, stay tuned. Blerd's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company. Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
What's happening? Hair longer, money ain't, so pay attention. Last couple seasons on the show have been very busy, and just to make navigating that easier for you all, I've taken it upon myself to go ahead and clean up the channel a little bit. However, if you are here for just a specific type of content, or you're new here and want to see what we're about, highly recommend our playlist section for you. If you want to see us react or review movies, trailers, video games, and whatnot, that's up there. I get it, not everybody can sit through a 2-hour podcast. So if you just want to see what the best or funniest bits were from each episode, that's going to be our highlights section. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've had on for interviews, up here. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've got to interview IRL, over here. Also, yes, please do all 3 of those. Now, if you'll excuse me, still looking for answers on that.
All right, we are back with our guest roast guy talking about the Jet Saga. Lainey, you got a question?
Yes, real quickly. First of all, nice to meet you, Ro. I apologize for my lateness. And I apologize if this was already asked because I wasn't able to listen while being late. How do you see your story coming real life? Do you see it in like an anime? Do you see it in a cartoon? Do you see it in live action? Like, how would you see that happen?
Yeah, so the Jet Saga, just specifically this, because I kind of think of like Invincible. That story, that world is just amazing. But it mirrors real life. Like, we tend to think of main characters, but the truth is everyone has their own story. So even as you're watching Invincible, like there's just so many like sections that if the creator wanted to, he could just zoom in on that, and that could just be a movie on its own. So the Jet Saga follows Kevin, but like I was saying, you got so many different characters in it. Cosmic Punch, you have Eagle Strike, you have all these different characters. Split Second, who's gonna like get his own like story later. But the Jet Saga itself is only supposed to be 33 issues. I kind of followed this idea of like, I am not like pro sequel or pro like prequel if you don't need it. I think every story has a beginning and it has an end, and that's beautiful. Endings are just another opening for another beginning. So because of that, I think the Jet Saga would be amazing as just a movie. And the people that love that, just come and read the comic. I feel like, every story needs to be in its perfect format, but the moment we start to bring it for all it's worth, it kind of loses the beauty that it has.
I think that's something that there's a lot of franchises, a lot of properties out there that suffer from that exact thing. And if they don't suffer from the prequel or the prequel or the sequel thing, it's because the narrative doesn't translate well, or the studios don't allow the narrative to translate well, I should say. You can have something that like, yeah, well, I would love to see a sequel to that, and they give you the sequel, and the story is there. However, it's bastardized. If that it makes basically a way to put it. So yeah, I agree. Not everything needs a prequel, not everything needs a sequel.
Mm.
And if you're going to tell those types of stories, make sure one, it has a story to tell.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think as I'm thinking more about your question, I think of like I remember the first animated DC movie I saw was The Flashpoint. That would be amazing if that just ever happened for the Jet Saga. It wouldn't be able to contain everything, but it's enough to get people to go to the comics. But I also think of like Static Shock. I know everyone on here is a fan of that. You know, one season would be enough for the Jet. You know, maybe about. I don't even think you really would need more than 12 issues. You could do more than 12, but sometimes it's about how can we just be potent and get the story at its purest form, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I appreciate your answer because, like, when you came to, like, when you were saying how it's being drawn out, as much as, like, I know at least Chris is a fan of Supernatural, and I love Supernatural too, that was something that was just drawn out for no freaking reason at all. And, like, you know, Eric, he was like, yo, I only have 5 seasons. I tell when once 6 seasons, 7 seasons happened, it just was like, nah. And then they kept on going and kept on going. So I actually just appreciate that answer because I feel like some people want to be like, oh, if the money's coming, then we just got to keep on doing it. And sometimes, nah, just tell your story and keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good enough, you know, creator, you can tell a whole different story, you know, with different characters and still make bucks. So I just appreciate that.
Yo, we're gonna leave One Piece alone. Show you in our private chat. It's just like what?
Where Kara? I know she in the comments.
Hey man, I didn't want to say it, but you know,
Oh my god!
Boy has returned.
and you spoke her up.
Oh, perfect timing. Welcome.
I know y'all not talking about the One Piece stuff here.
I wasn't gonna say
Oh, my
nothing. She
goodness.
brought it up.
So,
yeah, well,
Supporting a
So
friend
there-
of the show. Leave me alone.
look.
Storm Peace coming soon.
Oh my god, Devious J. We don't
Oh, my
need 2
goodness.
pieces. Okay.
Don't give them ideas.
Look. As long as Oda has a story to tell, we're gonna leave it alone.
Oh no, man. Oh,
Uh,
God.
How
It's
much
about,
longer?
it's about
I feel like he
friendship.
still hasn't told the main story he was supposed to tell, but that's here nor there. I don't know.
I mean, we just found out the entire. Let me shut up. That's like a major.
Yeah.
So, is there any media out there medium that you're watching right now? Like, is there any anime or movie or television show that you're checking out right now?
Yeah. So, I'll start with just working my way back. So there's a show. And it's called The Emerald City. So, like, if you're gonna go and watch it, know that there's only one season. But man, it was so good. I stumbled upon it and I just put it on while I was taking a nap. And it has Vincent De Niro, or I forget his name, but he played Kingpin and Daredevil.
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah.
Yeah. It has him in it. Amazing. Like it took 3 episodes for me to say, wait a second, I know this actor. And I was like, that's my guy. That's my boy. But yeah, this story, The Emerald City, it follows a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, and it's just done so well. Normally, I'm not one for like retellings. I feel like if you're gonna retell something, if you're gonna do it again, the question is, what can it provide that the other one didn't, and is it necessary? Like I think of Avatar, like I think the Netflix show, it's okay, but it's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice. You know,
I agree.
But this Emerald City, oh my God, I'm so, you talk about mediums, you know, pieces of art that just doesn't get the audience, and then it kind of falls out. This was one of those things. I think it's just done so well. So that I recently watched. I kind of looked at what you were saying, so I'm following Invincible. I think superhero fatigue is a thing. I think about this consistently as I'm releasing the Jet. The question is, what is your story providing that, you know, someone else can't get somewhere else? But You know, Invincible is just really good.
Mhm.
Really, really good. Amazing from one storyteller to another. Yeah. So I'm following that. Let's see. I'm reading. This is an old series, but it's called Air Gear. So I watched the original anime when it came out. It's about these kids who ride rollerblades, but it's a shonen, so it goes from them, you know, competing in races as like street war or street gang wars for their turf to like them
Wait,
actually like
did-
fighting.
Did that come out in the 90s?
I think the late '90s. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good,
Yeah, I've heard
so
it.
good. But it only had one season, so I'm going back and I'm reading the graphic novel, and man, it's so good so far. So that's something else. Man, I should have came on a list because it's your chance to put people on. You got to put people on.
When you mentioned Emerald City, that actually unlocked something, and I remember watching a couple of episodes of that, and it was just like, okay, this is not bad. I remember catching it. I think it wasn't that on NBC or something? I can't remember, but I remember them showing stuff like it. It was at a time when NBC was doing a lot of retelling of certain stories, like Odysseus and everything else. Merlin was another one they were doing. So they were telling certain stories.
I think Emerald City was like the gritty version of Lord, the story.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's a little bit,
I know you're talking about them.
yeah.
It didn't last
So Lady Mandalore, you got a question? Any questions?
Do I have any questions? Are you asking?
Oh no, I was talking. Yeah, Lady.
And forgive me very much. I try to do my research. I've been very busy. I really apologize. I feel like I need to ask if this is going to be motion comic, or is
no,
it just
it's just a physical copy right now. So we have about 6 issues released. The goal is to have 33 issues, so I have it planned out from beginning to end. There's a lot of stuff we can put in it, but 33 issues. Just when you're an indie creator, you gotta be conscious of just like how much you're spending. Like if I had an unlimited budget or something back to me, it would be definitely longer. But 33 issues seem like the most realistic version of getting it out there. Every now and then, if I have the money, be nice to do some type of promo like the video that we had there. Yeah.
Speaking of budget, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you'll see where you can actually go to his fundraiser and go ahead and support that. So you know what to do, people. Don't play games. And it's also in the chat again. Go over there, show your support. Go ahead, Lady Mandalore.
I was saying, do you think, just looking at the promo video, do you think you would want to do something like a motion comic, which is, I feel like, a level down from straight animation? Because it looked good. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea in my head. I kind of wanted to see more of the motion comic as it went on.
That's good to hear. So I honestly haven't thought a lot about that. I feel like a lot of times when a story appears to me, it almost has its package of how it's supposed to be presented. I essentially, I often think about this. You have people who create amazing things. Like, I don't know if you guys read sci-fi, but Orson Scott Card, one of the greatest writers of our age, he wrote Ender Game, and it was an amazing novel. But someone was like, yeah, I want to make money off of that. So they turned it into a movie. But sometimes the original format of something, I mean, that sometimes is enough. Like I said before, I grew up watching Static Shock. At the very least, like something like that would be pretty cool. But I'm also okay with it just being a hard copy comic and people reading it through there. I think it was Shoto that said, people don't need to kind of do the prequel and the sequel. If they have another story, they're just ready to move on. Like that's how I feel. Is like the Jet Saga is amazing, and if you read it, you'll probably come away thinking, "Wow, this was really nice." Like I had a moment where it was kind of like you're in the moment and you're like, these were the good times, and now it's time to move on because that's how life is. But what's the next part of the journey? So that's kind of how I feel about the Jet Saga. If it was to happen, where I got the opportunity to work with an animation, like it'd be nice to have something like Superhero Static Shock. But also, like I said before, like, my time is limited. I still have to work a day job to make, bills, pay stuff. So like I have to be aware of, what I can and can't do. Can't do everything.
Right. Trey Mosley asks, in addition to getting it animated, he said, would you consider even trying to bring it to life as a video game?
Yo. So yeah, that would be something I would be super interested in, because like I said, Invincible does this really well of like, you have the main storyline, but at any moment you could zoom in somewhere else, and there's so much more happening in that area. And I'm also, like I said before, I'm a big fan of this idea of like a story is not about the creator. It's this relationship between the creator and then also the reader. At a certain point, this gets a life of its own. In a video game, it allows you to really be, the POV of like, you decide, where you go, you decide. And that is what I would be more interested in. There was something else I was thinking of as you were saying that. Well, it'll come back to me. But yeah, a video game would be amazing. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Sorry. So one of my friends I went to college with, his name is Dominic Shepard. I don't know if you're listening to this. Shout out. Amazing guy. I think of like Kevin Hart, one of the most funniest people I have met in my life. Shep. He's an actor right now. He was a double for the African, the black kid in Stranger Things. I don't know his actual name.
Oh, Caleb McLaughlin.
Yes. Bright future. But yeah, my boy Shep, he got to be the stunt double, and I was super humble when he came to me, 2 years ago, and was saying he was thinking about, doing a skit from that. And I just think, I'm just always humbled if someone said that. Someone at a Comic-Con said that they wanted to dress up as one of the characters, Rabbit. One of the characters named Rabbit in the comic. So yeah, like I'm saying, like at any moment, if anyone wanted to do anything with this series, like it would touch my heart. If it's meant to be, then it would be meant to be. But yeah, I try to be chill about things.
Well, no longer be humble. Put it out there. Put it on your chest. Ro, we are getting ready to get into our news section of the show. You want to stay around?
Oh yeah, of course. I got a little bit more time. How long does the news section last for?
Oh, a few minutes, just a few moments, because we kind of have a discussion about some of the stuff we go through. So yeah, here we go with the news. So we are in something amazing because a lot happens when we are not shooting. But I know there's a certain person on this panel that loves to hear this story. A certain Giancarlo Esposito has joined the MCU.
I'm crying. Oh,
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
In an undisclosed role. No, it's not Xavier, and no, it's not Magneto, but it is an undisclosed role. So Giancarlo Esposito has expressed extreme interest in joining the Marvel Universe. He's already in the Disney universe. Now he's joining the Marvel Universe. So more details from that to come.
Zaddy.
Kira had lost her mind when she first heard this one.
I'm sorry. Yes, all praise be to Zeddy Carlo Esposito. So yeah.
Oh, I can't.
I heard a theory. Maybe he's playing the Blue Marvel.
Yes, Sir Adam Brashear.
He is.
Yeah.
There is no other role that would be on that level. He is an Ultimate,
or he's a villain,
which he's played very well.
Absolutely.
But if
he can't play a villain, he has to play the villain.
This is true. Devious J said it best. Anything this man will play will be epic. This is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People that say he's if they're saying he's the unsung actor, I don't know where they've been because we
He's
sing
been
the
doing it.
praises.
I mean, come on now, do the right thing. Yo,
He could, yeah, he could be.
He's such a beautiful, warm soul. Like, oh my goodness,
Oh, I've heard nothing but good.
he is so
Nothing but good.
wonderful.
So
you have something I want.
He can speak. His monologues are great.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Consummate gentleman. Ugh.
But then he
Go
can
ahead.
turn on that devilness and make you fear him in a
Mhm.
heartbeat.
I've constantly said that he's one of those villains that once you're caught, you don't know. Oh, here, sit down, have this ribeye. I don't want it to go away.
And now I get to play Far Cry 6.
Is it poisoned? No, I wouldn't do that. It's wasting
It's
food.
but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever you want to do.
Enjoy your last meal. What? Enjoy your last meal. I tell you why.
It's you. It's fine.
Yes,
so very good.
but like I said, he has expressed extreme interest in joining the universe. When I say extreme, I mean like elated, excited, like fanboying out. Like he wants to join, and Feige heard him. He was just like, and we got another one. So it's just let's add this one to the mix. So yeah, I can enjoy that. Whatever role, like Trey said, whatever role this man will play, it will undoubtedly be epic. So I'm looking forward to that. So thoughts on that one? Besides what the ladies think, fellas.
Oh, I said my piece, but Will's been strangely quiet.
Sorry, I was just sitting here judging Kira, and then I started judging Obi a little bit. Obi was taking the bottle like all the way back.
I was hoping nobody noticed my son just, taking bottles to the head. I was
It's Obi. When do we not notice?
The fresh retwist.
Obi was about to backflip out your lap. But Mr. Esposito, fantastic news. Like that's you always. It's like I guess building a good football team. The more talent, the better. So I can't imagine that he's going to be in anything that's going to be bad.
Sure.
He wouldn't take it. I
wouldn't.
believe
I
that.
can't imagine that he will be the bad part of anything that goes bad.
This is
because we all saw
Damn, I think you had to
Quantumania
make that distinction.
because Quantumania
Wait a
exists,
Wait a
and
minute.
Jonathan
Wait a
Majors
minute.
was not the problem.
Wait a minute.
No, if you think he was the reason you watched.
Right.
A small concern. He is excellent. He can do no wrong in my eyes. However, if they use that man as a crutch, I swear to Christ, I will burn the studio down. I won't. I will really Like,
I'm going to quote Mr. Teddy Payne here when I say Jesus tap dancing Christ. Do something else if they're using him as a crutch.
I would like to think that they would have a little bit more respect for him and not use him as
Oh
a
yeah,
crutch.
definitely.
Yeah,
I would like to believe that he commands that type of respect. That's why I said like I don't think he would, if he even thought an unintended consequence of this being bad, that he would be like, I don't even want to be a part of it. You know, he just gives me that vibe.
until they start hiring other actors to play in those parts with him, and he might not know who that's going to be. Or, because I can't imagine they have something written for him yet.
If they're saying it's
I have a plan, but
I hope it's not like a side role. It would like you don't get somebody of a high caliber and do a
And
side
give him
role.
a side
You
role,
have-
right.
Yeah,
And that's why I
Have
think
some
they
kind of-
might they might have it written, or at the very least the character at the very least.
Because I'm like, if you're not gonna give him Doom, I'm like, I kept looking at his face. I was like, that is Blue Marvel.
I mean,
Oh, you did say that. Well, my bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Get a side by side, because every at first everyone thought it was going to be Lawrence Fishburne. He turns
Also
out he
could pull
was.
it off, but yeah,
Turns
I
out
couldn't
he
get
was
past-
Goliath.
It's
Yeah, but I
the,
can't get past seeing Morpheus as
face
Lamar.
for me.
Girl, they sidelined that man in the worst possible. What did they do with him after Goliath? We ain't seen him since. Not hide nor hair.
They didn't. In a perfect world,
what if?
In a perfect world,
in a perfect world, we would have gotten a flashback, of Goliath and Hank Pym, and that whole thing going down.
You would have got the microverse.
World. Yeah.
You would have got the microverse if they did it that way. But understandably, when you're hooked to a vehicle like Ant-Man that has mediocre success, I'm just saying, it's like after Ant-Man and the Wasp and then Quantumania, Bill needs to be a shield right now. And Will, I know you saw that. That's
we all did.
That wasn't a secret.
Will was trying to hide it.
I'm sorry. I'm much more professional than this normally.
I mean,
no, you're not. Don't tell that lie.
You don't say.
It's the confusion for me.
Oh my God.
We could get Morpheus back in Thunderbolts, is my thought. Especially if we're using Ghost. I feel like she needs a handler at all times.
Well, I mean, she hasn't technically she's fixed, but you got a point though. She should have been fixed. Although, that's a good way. That's a good way to get Bill off the Ant-Man train.
Yeah, I mean, it can be done. So it's not an entire loss, But once again, when you're dealing with any film or any franchise, there's always some kind of plot line that they could have used or even dropped, for that matter. So, and we've seen that already. So, we also got the first look, and I wish I could find the person's name who actually got the full look of this, but we got the full look of Sam Wilson's Captain America for the new Captain America film. It's not a bad look.
Man, they fixed that cowl.
Okay.
That neck area was a problem.
What was wrong with the Wakanda special?
Right.
Oh, who says this wasn't this isn't the Wakanda? But you forgot who you forgot. Shuri designed the first version. She more than likely designed the second version because what's her moniker? It's not broken, but you can always do better.
True.
Upgrade.
She's always upgrading. She's
Put
always
the picture back up real quick. What is this pose?
What are you Stop it.
Wrong.
I thought you said you were professional.
Not I thought. Oh my God.
I'm a professional hater, just like Kendrick. What is that?
Hater is crazy. Oh my God.
Start one topic at
Good
a time.
comeback.
What you hating on now?
It's the pose that says
Nicole, come on, Nicole.
Girl, no, get out of my head.
What? He's not wrong, but I never would have thought of it until they wrote that. No,
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Yes.
No, it does look like A-Train finna
Very
run
much.
wild.
Very
Oh, damn it.
If you ordered your A-Train off Temu.
Oh,
it's very much
man.
the pose that says we are going to have a lot of reasons.
Oh man,
This A-Train doing Blue Steel from Zoolander.
Y'all, wait. Okay, wait.
Now I can't
Y'all,
unsee that.
Y'all better stop.
Oh,
We're gonna leave Mackie alone.
Oh my goodness.
It's not him. It's not him.
It's the
Somebody
costume
told
designer.
him to stand like that.
All I gotta sit there and say is the same costume designs for Black Panther were not available for Captain America right now.
Who knows?
How do we
There's
find
no
the
word.
Wakandans?
All of a sudden, Lift Me Up becomes a misery now, doesn't it?
Oh God.
How do we find the
This
Wakandans
feel like
refocus?
Right.
I know that Marvel likes to do stuff where they release stuff, and then it's not.
Hang on, Rose. Say it again where we can hear you.
Yeah. Could this be a send off? I know Captain Marvel or not Captain Marvel. Marvel likes to release stuff that isn't actually what they're gonna put out there, because it does look kind of derivative when somebody said that it looks like A-Train.
Yeah, that's actually that. And I'm glad you said that because that's as close as clear full shot as what was released. Like Empire Magazine has a look, but it's such a guarded look that you can really only make out because it's a side view. and he's crouching, and you only can make out his right side because it's facing the camera. You really can't see the full shot like this one here. So
now we got to wait for the toys.
Yeah,
Toy
you know,
already.
McDonald's ads like for their merchandise does not help at all because it looks very Photoshop. They're using very much 1988, 89, 90 style marketing with their stuff. So it just look. I'm not looking to get sponsored by McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's.
Some McDonald's have already started dropping plushies of characters that are in the movie, so part of the plot's already been leaked.
I think if anybody has a more accurate look, it would be Lego, and I think they've caught enough hell.
Although Lego's always the dead, Lego and toys, those are always your dead giveaway on what's coming out or what's going to be in the movies.
Right. So I would say just hold. It's not bad. It doesn't look horrible, you know. And once again, we're still a year out from this movie even premiering, so we should be fine.
They forgot to tell the promo people because they're rolling out stuff that's supposed to be happening right now, and no one told them to wait a minute.
Right. It's like it's a year out. Why are y'all doing this so early? Like, what is your problem?
I'm pretty sure like it was like a Toy Con or Hasbro or something that revealed the entire like Age of Ultron truck scene with the Visions. Yeah, that's how I found out about Vision.
Yeah. And we thought it was bad, but it turned out to be actually pretty decent.
Stop enjoying toys so much.
I'm just waiting for my Ship of Theseus toy.
Lord. So, James Gunn hit the nail on the coffin again. He premiered David Cornsweet in full regalia as Superman with a battle-worn suit, looking like he's already suiting back up and taking his sweet ass time.
This is unbothered man.
It is unbothered.
He looks like all of us getting up to go to work. Like I get out here and save these people again, and I ain't clean.
Like, look at the window.
Like,
put some pep in your stuff, brother.
Nah. He's like,
oh, they got it.
The suit says, "I just got home and clocked out, and now y'all calling me back."
Right. He's like, I had to use the bathroom, and you know, it's like this suit does not have a built-in retainer for liquids or anything else. I have to leave right now.
You know
what? You gotta admit, the suit does look good.
It does. It really does.
I was about to say, Jay went shit over this one. He loved it.
Yeah, I mean, the neck snap, battle worn. You know, it's very modern, and at the same time, almost armor. So it looks good. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
It's giving My Adventures with Superman, and all the more reason I keep telling people to watch that show.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's definitely My Adventure Superman with Kingdom Come. A little Kingdom Come sprinkled into it. He doesn't want to increase it.
It is giving that. He didn't want to crease his boots. It is giving that. Pull that back up there.
I don't know why there's a whole Tenkaichi 3 beam clash in the background. Like
that's such.
That's what I thought that was.
Here's the thing. This is such a great shot. Like, just because you have something going on in the background, something major. You don't know what is obviously a beam either hitting something or coming from something.
Or colliding with something else, but yeah.
Super Tim's.
It's a Gallic gun and a spear bomb.
Oh my!
That takes it. I like
Little
that
Lady Mandela. What you think?
I don't like it. Sorry.
She's the exception to the rule.
It's fine, but
give you a reason.
I don't know. It's too old. Like, I get he's going back to the old version of Superman. There's something about it I don't like, and I will say I want to reserve my full critique for when it's up on the big screen.
Okay.
But for right now, all right, you getting ready to go to work. I don't want to see Superman getting ready to go to work.
Now let's keep in mind, this is just like a still shot, right?
Right.
And we know that this doesn't come out till next July. So even with Cavill's look, if you've seen Henry Cavill's look behind the scenes, and you realize it's like the suit is extremely shiny for what it has, you know, but for once it was on film, it had a different aesthetic. And I think that's, despite how it looks right here, whether you like it, whether you hate it, it's going to have a different aesthetic once it hits the big screen, movie magic, you know what that is. So I'm going to give this, it's James Gunn.
Oh no! Please don't think that just because I don't like what you're wearing, I ain't gonna listen to what you're saying.
Let's drink.
Believe me when I tell you.
Oh my
totally
God,
fine.
Jesus, Nicole.
No, it's not Nicole.
These two
Nicole is
throwing
saying
it
what is
around
going
in
on.
a circle.
Okay, while you were doing your thing, you was not watching your cat's face.
Look, because I'm producing a lot of shit right here. So
What?
Your cat was active, Kira.
He's been just chilling.
Wait, hold on. So for those who are listening, that will be listening to the show,
Not
it's not that type of show, people. That's not what Spartan meant.
it's not.
You slow down. You really
The dog
slow
don't
down.
cat in the background.
Yes, Mr.
The fact that Nicole says them throwing it around in a circle and then Spartan follows up, your cat was active. That's not.
Oh,
Oh, I'm leaving them alone.
I didn't get it. I didn't even hear it really until you said it again. If I'm being honest.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. We don't act like this always.
You're good. You're good.
We
fully,
Bro, we
fully.
do. Don't
We
let
started
us
off
make
as,
me
as
work.
captain, as captain of the ship, we do act like this from time to time.
Thank you. I'm like, stop that.
We started off the show rap violence, and we ended up here. Just.
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of Superman, go save Canada. They might need you over there. At least at the OVO store.
Oh, so we got a couple trailers that dropped amidst all the Kendrick and Drake beef. So
I mean, they were smart enough to drop. Actually, no, they weren't. Everything got overshadowed last week.
Everything. Every show premiere, every new thing that happened on anime, everything, every trailer. Star Wars Tales of the Empire dropped and not a peep was talked about.
That's insane.
Yeah, by my count, we have Angel Reese's first pro game, Star Wars Day as a Whole, My Hero Academia Season 7, Cat Williams' new special, whatever that song Big Sean keeps trying to promote that I still haven't heard, Tales of the Empire, Boys Season 4, Mufasa, the entire NBA playoffs, Free Comic Book Day, Cinco de Mayo, the English dub for Year 5, Homelander, Mortal Kombat, the Roast of Tom Brady. Yeah, all of those things got overshadowed because Kendrick and Drake kept happening. However, we do have to report one casualty.
I know all that was happening. Shit.
I have to report one casualty of war, though. Mr. DJ Vlad has been killed in action.
Yeah.
That's
casualty that we don't mind missing. So we have The Boys Season 4 official trailer here right now.
My goodness.
This happened.
Oh, I'm excited.
This and Homelander Mortal Kombat.
I didn't know.
Almost dating each other.
No, I see.
Oh my.
Jesus. And I ain't got time to fix it. I can do one thing right. With the time I got left. I can't do it alone.
Oh, they made that man shave.
Mother's milk.
This country is corrupt beyond repair.
Correct.
So it.
It's not going to be easy.
You have to do some terrible things
For the greater good.
You'll no longer be beloved celebrities. You will be wrathful gods. Show me a little wrath.
That doesn't sound good, Ashley. Oh, yeah, no shit, Ashley. Sorry, Ashley.
The whole world is about to burn. We need someone like you, Billy, before the soups start rounding us up and dumping us off in camps.
I have found the answer to all our prayers. A virus that kills soups
This is insane and desperate, even for you.
Well, insanely desperate's where we are, don't you think, love?
Let's go. Chop, chop, motherfuckers.
This is a biblical war, good versus evil. I'm declaring hunting season on Star Ladders.
Look, we've all done bad shit. What's insane is that our solution to every problem is murder. Violence isn't brave.
Violence is
Oh.
That's the spirit.
What?
Who wants a creamy, delicious
Yeah.
milkshake?
If we're ever gonna win against monsters,
There is no
we
way.
need to start acting human.
Get the hell out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be insane.
You're all fucking welcome.
Oh God.
Oh
Now that's
my.
a perfect edit. That's a perfect edit to a trailer.
And oh man.
They have no business.
This
They
is
have no
insane.
business.
And Devious, I hope you are wrong. I hope this is not the final.
No,
I
it's
think I
not.
got one more. I feel like they're going to off Homelander in some way, but we have definitely deviated from the source material.
Who is worse than Homelander? Because you're gonna need a big bad better than that.
I don't fucking know, but I just
don't
want
know.
to see Homelander
Who's
on
worse than
fucking ice.
Homelander? A clone of Homelander.
So I don't know if we're doing that.
Chris.
because we're-
There is somebody worse. That's why I think their season's not done. Their seasons are far from done if they get to him.
I'm sorry,
And
I'm laughing
Tamari,
at the
you
beat up
probably know the
chicken.
person I'm talking about. Oh, Tamari and Chris probably know the person I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Can y'all spoil that? Because I really want to at least a tiny bit of a taste of somebody. No,
You don't.
Look, all I'm gonna
Are we-
say
are we
is
talking
Mother's
about-
Milk need to put his beard back on.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm just
No, they
glad
stressed that man out.
Thomas was talking
They
about how
stressed
he
that man out.
Ozempic and everything.
They
Oh my
stressed
God.
him out, bro. It's not coming
You know
back.
what? You're right, Shoyo. They have been stressing that brother out.
He said, I'm not growing it no more.
Look,
I mean, of
saw
all,
one-
of all the things that has happened to him every season, it's almost like a running gag. Something has to happen.
He's
Right.
probably having to shave the beard off because he's like, do you know how hard it is to get that stuff out of your beard?
Have
I
you
saw
ever
one
been
too many
swallowed?
tentacles, so red flag for him all around.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke.
That looks insane. I mean, I don't know.
I'm curious.
Every
though,
single first episode has been crazy. So I know this first episode is gonna be. I don't know what to expect.
Although I'm kind of sad that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not Tech Knight. I'm kind of sad about that.
Oh, well, now considering the fact they took care of the Tech Knight situation on V.
Yeah.
On Gen V, which by the way, they have started production on Gen V. They said they have figured out a way to work around. I can't remember the actor's name right now, but he passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah. I lost it. I forgot his name as well.
But they're not recasting.
Yes.
So they're going to show him some grace, I guess.
I'm curious how or if those characters play a prominent role this season. Also, I didn't want to bring up the Black Noir original plot because clearly we watched somebody with last season we watched him die and I just saw him in an incinerator and then up and
Right.
fighting again. So we might be coming full circle, but I think we've deviated as far as
there's a reason.
well, I think we've deviated as far as Billy's character because I was gonna say because technically none of our main cast is supposed to be here right now.
Pretty much. But,
and I
Black-
think that's
Black-
part of the Attack on Titan effect. It was like, hey, I plan to kill everybody, but y'all actually like them a lot. So
yeah, but
So
Black
before
Noir-
we
Black Noir has a
before,
secret, though.
so
That-
before we
that's
get out of
smart.
here, Raw has to step out. Ro, tell everybody where they can find you.
So you can look me up on my website, www.thejetsega.com. Again, that's www.thejetsega.com. Big help if you want to follow me on Instagram, rok.sky_. That would be amazing. If you follow me on there, send me a message. I'll show you some love. I try to get people to read my issue, my comic book. It's not about the money. But yeah, if you're interested, send me a message. I'll see if I can send you something through the mail. Let's see. Those would be the biggest. I have my YouTube platform, but the Instagram and then the website would be the best.
And even though he says it's not about the money, it's about the money. So go over there, support to the fundraiser. Go over there to the website and show your love. Go over to the IG, show your support as well. Ro, thank you, brother.
Thank you
for coming on. I like this premise, man. I really
You're
do.
gonna be on the road, right? What cons can they catch you at?
Yeah. So my next Comic-Con is a small one. It's gonna be in Wisconsin. It's gonna be this upcoming Sunday on Mother's Day. So if you're in Wisconsin, the Kenosha area, it's the Kenosha Comic-Con. The next big one that I'm gonna be in is actually gonna be. Let me look at my notes. It's gonna be the Black Hills Con in South Dakota. So that'll be the next one on June 21st to the 23rd. So if you're gonna be in South Dakota, swing by. Tell me that you called me on here. I give you some free stuff.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you to some Blurred Con, some J1 Con,
Hey,
Atlantic City Comic
my
Con.
boy D. Hey, okay. I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, small world.
So,
Yeah, small world.
Ro, dude, my guy, that is an amazing project you got. We will help you get where you need to be. Just put the word out, see what we can do, and thank you for coming through.
Yes,
it's been a blessing.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys at another time. I'm gonna keep watching your guys' video. You guys are doing amazing stuff here.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you. We like what we do. Thanks again, bro.
All right, see you guys.
All right. So we also have another trailer. Oh, wrong button. We have another trailer. No, that was me. That wasn't him. Not that part. That just happened at the same time. That's all. So the other trailer that came out that was severely ignored was The Acolyte, which is a new Star Wars project.
I did not know that came out.
Exactly. See what I mean?
Why did Mando just do that look?
I'm gonna tell y'all after y'all watch this to make sure it's not what I saw.
Star
off.
Wars Day as a whole.
Okay.
Just thank you, Kung Fu Kenny.
So here we go. Here's The Acolyte.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace. But that peace is a lie.
Jedi are being hunted.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan. Some sort of shift to tip the scales.
It's time
to face the past. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force. If you want to pull the thread and change everything, then pull it.
What are you?
He's the future.
Nice. Anything Star Wars, I'm on board for. That
was Squid Game.
Yes.
Yes.
That
was
Squid Game.
I'm sorry, I didn't say it, bro.
Does anybody actually know his name? Exactly.
Lee.
I can never pronounce it. I can't pronounce it.
It's Lee, I believe, but I just know it's
Lee Jong-jae.
No,
Lee
see, I was
Jong-jae.
right. Okay, I remember. I'm just like I couldn't.
Nobody could remember. You ain't have to prove nothing to nobody.
They chin. Okay.
No.
Lady is sitting there holding the trump card like
that would be
nobody
the
can
lovely.
pronounce this.
So Nicole says, "I'm not going to hold you, but her locks are speaking to me." That will be the lovely Jodie Turner Smith. Yeah. They keep getting these sisters working on an empire. I might have to change my allegiances.
I'm waiting for the cosplay. The dark side, we know locks.
Listen,
they do have fantastic hairdressers over there. I don't know
like
what
I
it
said.
is.
We know the dark side of the force and cosmetology.
Listen.
I still cannot believe Pacey was married to that woman. Pacey, we could have been anyway. Dawson's Creek Pacey was married to Joni Turner Smith. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch Dawson's Creek. So I don't.
Just goes to show you, Joshua Jackson went to the Black Forest and got lost.
Twice.
No,
twice.
No.
Oh,
He didn't get lost. He was just found.
Oh, really?
Lupita Nyong'o. He dated her for a short time.
Oh yeah.
Really?
The man has good taste.
I ain't got no
But he
type.
can't keep none of the taste.
Hey, watch him out. Hey, watch him out.
Hold on, wait.
I'm trying to understand.
Yo.
He couldn't keep
Hey.
I'm trying to understand. Okay. All right.
Show yourself as a professional fumbler.
Look.
He can't keep that in the face. I don't like that one actually. That was hilarious. So thoughts on this one, on the Acolyte? Don't all jump in at once.
Anything that is I'm actually for. I'm tired of
Mando. I'm not gonna lie.
how
I'm
the
sorry.
Showyo's asking a real question.
Empire centric.
I mean, this is probably one Star Wars. This is probably one Star Wars show that I know nothing about. So this is the first time in a long time I'm gonna be on the other side of not knowing what's gonna happen, but I'm still watching.
All I know is it's about 100 years before Phantom Menace. That's about it.
Correct.
I feel like you can go in blind and you're supposed to, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's cool with me.
Like I said, I'll take anything Star Wars. It's my life. It's my blood. And I dare anyone to tell me different.
Yeah. I mean, pretty people swing laser sword. I'm in. Just
pretty people with laser sword.
I feel like with the braids,
That's
we've
like me.
scared-
That's like Lady Mandalore.
Yeah.
Like we don't shy.
As Lady is holding the sword.
What do
So,
you think,
but no,
Kira?
I'm looking forward to this one. We've been wanting like fresh new stories from this world because it's such an expansive world, and we figured, well, why the hell not? You know, so.
I feel like with the
Pardon.
braids and the assassin, Black women have secured the cosplay rights
Right.
initially.
Kira, you have a something to add?
It's gonna be fucking amazing. Y'all need to go watch that shit right now. Make sure you subscribe to Disney Plus because that shit's gonna be fucking fire.
I'm right.
That's number one. Number two, I saw a preview at the end of Phantom Menace for Star Wars Day. And let me tell you, that clip that we just showed ain't shit. It ain't shit. And it's good. And it's good.
I figured what to
They
tell
should have put
I get to
of
do
the
it now.
bar.
Light them if you got them.
Sorry. So shit. There's a bar scene. And it is a straight up fight scene between Trinity from the Matrix and that little girl
Carrie Ann
that's
Moss.
trying
Carrie Ann Moss.
Carrie Ann Moss, and that little girl that's trying to do something with something right there. I have never in my life, never. Carrie Ann Moss still got it. Number one. Number two, this little girl, she a problem. And with the scenes that I saw, I'm sorry, I'm on my soapbox. The scenes that I saw, it wasn't a straight shot. They actually cut pieces out and then put it together. So there's stuff within that scene that they didn't even show, which is going to be goddamn amazing too. I'm on board. What is that man's name? Dave Filoni is daddy, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, Kira said it best. Kira said it best when she texted and she like, he's fixing everything. Yes. Oh yes.
My son, all the land that you see that the sun touches is Dave Filoni's. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Just leave him alone. Just let him rock.
Really? Everything you see in the galaxy?
Everything. The sun, whatever. Gamma rays, solar rays, whatever. Whatever he touched is good.
I think some of their best stuff is what he's been doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, all of Bad Batch, Tales from the Empire, Visions, Tales from the Jedi.
From the Jedi,
like you're these stories that you didn't. Did we ask for extra stuff? Yes. Did we expect this level of storytelling? No. We didn't.
Did I want a baby Ahsoka? I didn't know that until I saw it. And I love Ahsoka.
Oh my God, that one was so cute.
So it's like we're in a place. If you grew up with it, it's yours. It's your blood. It's your and seeing parents introduce their kids at different stages. It's bringing families together.
That reminds me, I need to get a blue and red lightsaber and figure out what this boy's gonna go.
Mayhem, Mayhem, turn it off. Turn it off, Mayhem.
I do like we found a way to work hand-to-hand combat into a saber world, because we haven't really seen it in like 2 decades, and that was in cartoon form.
Yeah,
it's that bar scene. There's not a single lightsaber, not a moment, and that was at almost a 5-minute clip that they showed. Not a single lightsaber is that face.
Okay.
Look like Lainey's stuck. And she's like, what?
I am, because like Tafari said, like, who has ever seen a hand-to-hand combat in Jedi? Like, that's crazy. And then when you say 5 minutes,
and at the same time,
right, we are in.
And they found fight choreographers. Iron Fist.
Look.
Put the saber down.
And I'm so glad.
It's Ahsoka saber.
I'm so glad that they're giving Christian Haydenson his just due, his flowers, because that brother was out there working the saber, and I have seen no one.
Okay, yes, that's true. That's true.
I've seen no one duplicate that. Like I just haven't. I haven't. Like on screen, I haven't. Behind the scenes training, I haven't seen it.
The man put in work, and it only took this long for others to. Well, someone said it best. They had to wait for the actual fans, along with the rest of the world, to grow up and actually appreciate what he's done. Mm-hmm. Which I can understand.
It's like a two-sided coin type of thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the man deserves his flowers, and so does that other kid who played young Anakin, who got hate too. He deserves
that poor kid.
Oh, there was a post about him, and there's like, yeah, he's still a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, there was a level of disdain and hate for people like for that kid, for Ahmed Best, for Christian, Jake Floyd, yep, and Ahmed Best and Christian Haydenson. It was unneeded. It was unneeded
because the level of hate on the CGI character.
That part, but. Yeah. I don't know. Hayden Christensen was kind of cringy in the second one. And I'm not even talking about the
hating sand
writing, because that's not his fault. But he wasn't that great in the second one. He deserved and came back in the third one, though. Let's be honest.
Oh
my!
Oh wow!
Ain't it, man? That's what I'm saying right
there. Not on the ship, lady. Not on the ship. We're still in space.
Wow.
And you know what? Bama said after this is
just
the
got
way,
the
I just like all the opening title cards. It's like for the studio that brought you Bad Batch and Ahsoka. Like, nigga, do you mean Star Wars? Why are we? So why are we being extra about this?
because he goes,
it's
that's what he kind of
Wars,
deserves.
you have to be extra.
I mean, technically, I think you can give yourself a little bit of a victory lap when you sit there and say, "Look what I've done. Look at what you people love from me." And or in Kira's case, you can call me Daddy, Kira. You can go ahead and call me Daddy. It's okay. I can see Dave Filoni just walking up to Kira like a priest. You can
all Kira's gonna say is, "I just want to wear the hat just one time." You know?
So to Farah's point, they should have threw in something just to see if you're paying attention. It's like Bad Batch, Ahsoka, Lady and the Tramp.
Like, I'm like, do you mean Star Wars? That's what all this is. As far as other properties go, you want to really fix something, please do something with Republic Commando, because as a Bad Batch fan, I'm happy. As Republic Commando, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, that
like why did we bring Scorch back just for that?
Oof. Dark days, sir. Dark days.
Basically, there was an elite team of commandos they brought back from Clone Wars. It's like, hey, it's a nod. We remember these people. They put one of them in Bad Batch, and now we have two of them that are just unexplainably missing.
Yeah.
And we were already missing one for like 20 years.
We'll go ahead.
This is based on a game. This is based on a game from the original Xbox. So this is very much don't touch it unless you plan to do something with it.
This is Microsoft trying to reclaim money that they've lost.
Yeah, we'll save that conversation for Microsoft another day.
PSN and Helldivers.
So,
bullying works.
For those who have been living under a rock for the past couple of months, guess what tomorrow is?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Another distract.
Is it the 8th? Yeah.
Therapy continues with the X-Men.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
Man, come on!
Yo, my boy said he's gonna be up at 4
I'm like, we already talked about this.
Oh no, there's no never. There's
I'm
no
like Kendrick
there's
dropping
no
in.
killing what Kendrick.
48 hours of the ceasefire between Drake and Kendrick.
Look, hey man, that's what you get for posting on a Sunday. You know the Lord's Day. My man.
I will email Kendrick's people or text them, whatever. I'm like, hey, I
Shut
need
the
2
fuck
days.
up.
These 2 days we can't. We get it. You buried him. We just need these 2 days. Then you can get right back to it.
pretty sure the feds are on there right now.
Fire everything.
We are getting an official clip for tomorrow's new episode of X-Men 97. Here we go.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this shit right here.
Good luck, Chuck.
Oh, we're gonna talk.
Civilization as we know it ends. Much like in the past, my X-Men and I are your best hope to avoid that future.
No killer, but don't push me.
Long, Xavier. My hand will be forced.
We have been here before, President Kelly. If you don't trust me, trust my X-Men.
Except that motherfucker in blue over there.
So just a few things going on. So number one, do your homework, because if you've never seen Pride of X-Men, and I don't mean Pride like Pride, that's Pride as in Kitty Pride, which is a late 80s, like 88 or 89 VHS. Very hard to find unless you're looking it up. So maybe on YouTube, maybe on YouTube, where Wolverine has an Australian accent. How serendipitous is that?
Good day, Bob.
Apparently, we have to read Uncanny X-Men Fatal Attractions too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We are
Can't
in
make me
for some fun. So, Nicole says it's on YouTube. Lovely. Lovely.
I see the legs, as I expected, were repossessed.
It's more of a flashback, and when Xavier is talking to President Kelly, that's in his mind.
Okay, so I'm just saying we did see you dusting off the chair in the trailer, so
we're still waiting for old girl to come up to the Milky Way ghetto.
Wait, he don't have legs on his mind?
It all depends.
He always gives.
I would say this usually
depends on his
one constant.
it really all depends. In this particular, if you pay attention to the surrounding
recaps.
Completely powerful telepath. Can't move his own legs.
And then again, as he's talking to President Kelly, and as we all know, Scott Summers can't stand that son bitch. As Lady Mandalore pointed out in the group chat, I know Hank ain't holding Trish Tildy's hand after all that bullshit. And yeah, he is.
I like that Nightcrawler has just accepted his sinning. Just, I'm about to go out and do some foul shit. Jesus, I'll come talk to you afterwards.
I want to know.
He really did kind of have
something Robert DaCosta does that pisses Jubilee off for her to do what she just did.
I mean,
he went back to his mama. We all know he went back to his mama. I don't even know.
Is that what it is? You can't expect it. His mama did him dirty.
He went back to his mom, and he went back, and he went back.
I hope that'd be a weak ass move.
Tired of living with they broke asses. He's like, "Is this y'all guest mansion? Oh, this is
ew, the ghetto."
Y'all only got 12. Y'all only got 24 rooms, and really,
he was already running around. Like,
you guys have all these extra rooms. Why is the one-eyed guy on the couch?
Yeah.
And then I see everybody went back to their classic suits, and I think Jubilee's in a newer outfit.
Kind of a mashup.
Yeah,
it's a mashup of two different outfits.
So as always, I'm looking forward to seeing this one. It's no secret. Thursday we will be doing our breakdown of this episode, of this upcoming episode. Chuck is still on site.
Hank is on that fucking list now too.
Yeah, Hank too.
I hope I'm not too late.
Hank is on that list. Nah, fuck that motherfucker right there. He's siding with the ops. Nah, he got to go. He got to go.
Is there just a pile? Is there just a pile of Sentinels on life support outside?
Yeah,
because she's not dead.
Have to be.
How long did the EMP last? How long did the EMP last? Because if she's on life support.
Well, I guess Go ahead.
No.
Yeah. I'm guessing the EMP just shorts out. Shut up, Will. The EMP just shorts out the techno organic side. Maybe
that is
because
it's not Vampire Jubilee, but it is the Vampire Jubilee look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
I need everybody to stop apologizing about Hank.
Who's apologizing for Hank?
Right.
Bama. Hank has PTSD. What? Not getting laid from bringing the ops in the house? Nah, Hank. Hank could go to hell.
You were locked up and given books to read. People was getting tortured and like PTSD out here. Like they Storm and her friends got locked up and made slaves for a weekend. Like it was.
I'm still waiting for the Queen Mother to go to Scott and say, you went off, but you didn't go far enough.
Your shirt was still tucked in.
Shout out to Black Nerd Problem.
Whatever we're about to do, I'm just curious if the Avengers show up and they're just like, well, about fucking time. Oh, look who's early.
Captain America's still shoveling snow.
Yeah,
he's still shoveling.
I would love that as an end credit scene. There's just this giant battle at the end. Finally, it's like been 3 weeks. Where's my shield?
He's just like,
he's on the mountain and there's just piles and holes behind him where he's been digging.
Yeah.
That would actually be funny. Teach your man how to squabble.
America got turned into Stanley Yelnats.
I need the Avengers to show up and try and be peacekeepers, and I need the theme song to be blended with "They Not Like Us" while the X-Men start going to war.
Oh my God! I want to give a couple shout outs. I want to give a couple shout outs. Shout out to the Trap Nerds podcast with nailing a major deal with AT&T and iHeartRadio. Happy birthday to Mark Cooper, who was at Nickelodeon Studios. He got the chance to do the physical contest out there. So shout out to Mark Cooper. Shakari Richardson, congratulations.
Another one on the list I forgot to mention, but yes, congrats to her.
Out there. So shout out. Candy B had an amazing event this past weekend. So she was dressed up as Britney Spears from Toxic.
That That's what that was.
Yes. So she was out there doing her thing, selling wares and doing her thing. So congratulations, legacy member Candy B. But yeah, it was a couple people doing some great things this weekend. We had Free Comic Book Day that passed this weekend. Picked up a couple things. I got me
These my free comic books.
Good God.
I went late, so it wasn't so much the comic books, but it was getting stuff like this.
Let me tell you about this person. He got this little bugger decided to be cute at the comic book store and got a graded Daredevil comic for free.
Nice.
I'm sitting there looking at him like, oh, now you want to be cute and cuddly.
Wait, there's two ways to look at this.
That's what it meant.
You didn't look at it the right way. You looked at it as, it's this little bugger got a graded instead of saying this little bugger. Shout out to Trey. Trey showing major love.
Thank you. No. The best part, we were at the comic book store, and as you usually see Obi over my shoulder, he grabbed stuff, and the way they had stuff set up, it's right in his reach. So I did not know he had a hold of a graded comic for about 2 minutes, and I didn't know it until the owner sat there and said, "Oh, that's so cute. How old is he?" I said, he's one. Oh, and he picked Daredevil. Oh, well, you can have it. You little.
Wait, Spartan.
Awareness is crazy.
He chose wisely.
Don't get me wrong. It was a $300 graded comic, but still.
This is true. Thank you, Trey. If you don't hold down our own, who will? You're right.
I can't fly to Cuba to get you cigars, sir. So please, you're capped. But keep it coming. But you capped.
We will figure something out.
Run to the store real quick. You want something?
Right.
How many free issues did they get?
Because I mean, dang.
So it depends on the store. The store I go to, I think they had a total of 12, but I think it depends on what their surplus has left over. Sometimes they just kind of, as long as you're not being greedy about it,
Yeah, because sometimes they do put limits, but if you kind of wait near the end and they still have a crap load of stuff, you kind of get away with getting about a good 15 to 20 issues. Just because they don't want to, just because it's free, they gotta either give it away or send it back to distributors.
Yeah, and if there some of them, like my store, shout out to Carolyn Johns over in Camp's Corner here in Cleveland, they will, whatever they have left over, they'll just leave it out, and until they run out.
Yeah,
that's the store back in my hometown, West Orange, comic books and video games. I need to get into one of these Sonic Archie runs because they have one every year, and I never get through the first couple issues.
I'm always looking forward to the Tick comic that they have every year. I don't know if they had it this year because I went late. When I got to the store, it was like 3-4 o'clock. So I went late in the day. I was handling business and at the gym, and then talking to 8, handling business with 8. So it was, by the time I got home and did what I was going to do, I'm like, oh, it's late. Hey, let me get over here.
Yeah, I think I still have mine from 2021.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, my local comics, shout out to Collector's Corner. They said any 5 free comic book day, and they had a whole nother table that had, I don't know, at least 8 long boxes on top of the table and maybe some more stuff underneath. Back issues, bagged, boarded, 20. Whatever you find.
$20 or 20%?
$20 or 20 issues?
Comics free.
Oh shit!
Okay. What? That's why I said this was my free comic book day.
Oh God, dog!
You just picking stuff to pick stuff.
I thought he was going to say 20% because I was like, Carolyn Johns, they do 50% back issues, but they do sales all the time.
But if you're getting 20 issues for free, I don't blame you.
Yeah, so I walked with 25 comics, and I was like, I'm better than everyone.
Oh,
I mean,
oh my God.
If Obi's handed free comics, that is cuteness you ride out until the teenage years. So he's getting, if it's free for 10 and under at the dinner table, he's 10 until he's 12.
I mean, it's graded.
You better hope he your wife's height, because if he takes yours, it's a wrap.
You better make him start smoking cigarettes.
Right. Okay, so it's
here, Galactus. I don't care how smooth your face is. You're not 12.
It's like the bench warmers.
I wish I could take that back, but he's 1 year old and he's about as tall as a 3-year-old.
So J1 Studios, Jason Richardson, shout out to J1, comic or J1 Con and Studios. So we all from Jason. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Kira's from New York. Tafari's from Texas. Laney's from New Jersey. Spartan's from Tennessee. Mayhem is from Baltimore. Shoyo is where she is.
Cali.
Cali.
Yeah.
Right. And you know where Navy's at. So so we're a little bit of everywhere.
And
we're
Nicole.
national.
And Nicole in Atlanta.
Nicole is in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
So we're national.
World domination.
I gotta find a comic shop out here eventually.
In Texas?
Wait,
out in Dallas. Like it's.
I'm about to say you're sitting there. Well, I was gonna say you're in Dallas, not San Antonio. San Antonio has some nice to go visit.
That will be it. So good show. So with all that going on, let's do this.
Wrap up protocol initiated, Captain.
We'll start out with the Lady Mandalore herself. Get that going up here.
Okay.
Look, at least you know it. I said it prior.
It is very, very appreciated. Hi, I'm Lady Mandalore, also known as Room Full of Blurs. You can find me here with these lovely people. The days of the week. If you would subscribe and hit that notification bell, you wouldn't have to worry about me telling you when you could see us. You can catch me. I know how to see. Look, I did it. I did it.
A word was preached. A word was preached.
You can find me in my lovely face with Navy Montel, and with this run of comics, Whoop-de Frickin' Do, or also known as Honestly, Do I Look Like I Give a Hump? I'm so sorry. Find me on Saturdays. Jesus. You can find me on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Twitch, and occasionally, when it works, Instagram. We are still currently in the middle of the Last Ronin. The Last Ronin, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic. We do comics every week. This past week, we actually did a little voice acting, which was actually kind of fun. Check it out. I'll probably do it again.
That was actually quite funny. I caught that part of the show. Oh my God. Talk to him. Agree on a horror. Geek bar.
Yeah, shout out to them for doing that voice acting. That was pretty funny. I am Lainey Rigo of the Horror, and you will find us at Geek by Heart on YouTube. You will find me and my husband, I should say, at Geek by Heart on YouTube, on IG, on TikTok. We talk about movies, we talk about games. He is gaming Gears of War. He is starting from the beginning right now. He's on Gears of War 2. You can find him on Fridays whenever the hell I have time. I will do Hogwarts Legacy. I would like to do it tomorrow, actually. So hopefully I might actually be on. But that's also on YouTube as well. So come and join us. We have a lot of fun, and I love Star Wars.
Shoyo, talk to the people.
Oh my goodness. Hello, you guys. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Discord. Shout out actually to Tesma and 00 for joining me in those two spaces from this podcast. So it's been very nice meeting you guys. So you can join me on those spaces. I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So I'm always on there just having a good time with folks playing some good games. So definitely join me.
All right. And Tafari.
Hi, you can find me on all platforms underneath this name. We do clips Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know it's probably going to be X-Men heavy because we have 2 more weeks to ride this thing out. So stay tuned. If you want to be a part of the conversation, but you can't make it, you need to. At this point, we need to just open up a registry because we have a lot of people in the comments on Instagram and on here asking to be a part of the conversation. But StreamYard costs money, and we only get 10 slots, and there's 9 of us. So you got to wear the right hat or shoes or be on the list to get up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do clips Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I usually try to give y'all at least 3 uploads a day because that's when YouTube stops sending notifications. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I also re-air the X-Men stuff on Friday as a premiere. So if you missed the first convo, you can jump into the second one. For my own stuff, I do skits on Mondays because Mondays are terrible and I try to make them less terrible. If you come to my page this week, I was kidding. But before today, I was joking.
I'm weak. Not I was kidding.
I was joking about real bullets being used in this beef, and then I woke up today and people got shot. So in case
Lottery numbers.
In case any of the Kung Fu Kenny's or Aubrey's Angels come through my comment section, this happened before. I'm not a part of whatever investigation y'all may have over there in Compton now, because you technically did threaten his next show in that city. Also, everyone on this side can be found if you go to the home tab of our YouTube page. So
BBL Drizzy.
Remember on, I think it was either Euphoria or 616, and he's like, that tour you or that place over in my area will be your last stop, and now somebody somebody's getting pulled into an investigation.
Yeah,
it's not fun anymore.
Let's not be foolish. It's all words, maybe some feelings, but for those fanatics, calm down.
I thought the AI was taking it too far, and then we got here.
I will be watching Cinematic Assassin. You can find me on all platforms at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media. I'm the senior web developer and editor-in-chief of blerdseyeview.org, where we talk about big screen, small screen, everything in between, including wrestling. So stop on through, check us out. If you want to submit to get some feelings out on things in the blurred space and be published, holla at your boy or holla at any of these lovely people over here, and we can make that happen. I'm not gonna do my whole thing because I'm tired, but I like to talk about collectibles and films and comics and TV, but most importantly I like to talk about mental health. So always remember to take these 3 things: 1, your meds; 2, your PTO; and 3, a deep breath before you let that shit go.
All right. And our favorite storyteller of the evening.
It's funny how you say let that go after today. After today, you said let that go. I was like, whoo. I kind of did. Anyway, Black_Spartan 615 is where you can usually find me, as I usually do reviews on everything, including gym stuff, because I like to stay in shape. Again, as Mayhem did point out, definitely check out the Blerd's Eye View website, because I do the column for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. And over the weekend, we actually got to see a team up we never thought would become a World Tag Team Champion. So shout out to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, because those 2 Amazonians look good doing it. So shout out to the non-Vince McMahon for finally letting Black people give a chance. We really appreciate it. Aside from that, guys, usually Reverend Navy's not here, so I can't skip that part. So again, share, support, follow, cost nothing. And above all else, unify. That's what we need to be doing anyway. And of course, for myself, I usually have 3 simple rules that can be applied to anything. Number 1, respect cosplaying, because that's a big thing that I'm starting to see now, where folks are starting to get harassed. And honestly, you can cosplay anybody you want to. Size, body size, or color does not matter. Just don't do something stupid like blackface. You know who you are, Hopkins. Just don't do blackface. That's all we ask.
Aubrey.
I'm just saying. At the same time, number 2. Yes, spring is going into summer, and all I can sit there and say is, please wash your ass. Natural deodorant does not work on both genders, and like I said, you can get the travel size of soap and lotion and deodorant. If you got $7, there's no reason why your ass should be musty. That's all I'm saying. And number 3.
Before you go on, go ahead. Take number 3.
I just saw what he said. Just made myself Obi-Wan. I'm just saying you don't want to be the person in the gym that gets called out for being musty, because we will be watching every bench and seat and machine you work on, and we will Clorox it in the name of Jesus. But the third rule that I do have is the same rule that I have for myself, guys. In a world that is literally cold, in a world that right now is every which way but right, be nice, be kind, don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Why Spartan and Obi are giving severe lone wolf and cub. They're giving lone wolf and cub vibes right now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to our guest, Rose Sky. Go show your support to his page and go to the YouTube and check out all his great stuff he's doing. Support, as we always say around here. Thank you for those who are supporting us. Shout out to Trey. Being a super sticker and a big promoter of the show and a big supporter of said show. And Lord, you can check us out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and IG. You can listen to us anywhere you listen to your podcast. You can also check us out on APR TV. That's always press record through Roku and Amazon Fire devices. Pretty soon, you will be seeing Blurred News Network starting up on Blurred Station. What's Blurred Station? Blurred Station is the upcoming streaming service created with creative content by the BIPOC community, whether it's in manga, anime, live action, and I'm missing something, but it's all there. And news, because we're the news team. And of course, shout out to Kevin J. Murphy for that. You can always go to Blurred Station, $10.99. You can't beat that. For a month, for 36 months, and you get to own a piece of the pie. No other streaming service can tout that. Not only can they not tout that, you get paid to be entertained. So that money goes into the content to make sure it stays there. And those who bring content, whether it's music or the content of the shows, they own it outright, flat out, done. They can come, they can go. They just want to promote it, and they want to make sure it gets out there, so everyone like here that you see on this platform get to see what they're working on. So show your love over at Blurred Station. You can pick myself or any one of these lovely people from the crew, and as we always say,
not mayhem, not mayhem.
Comment section.
Audacity was on sale today.
Jesus,
you're scaring away the guests.
Lord, but but stay tuned for us this Thursday as we have our new next guest, Keith Collins. Keith Collins is coming through, and we'll also be discussing X-Men 97 episode 9 in great detail. And stay tuned for it in the next week, where we doing a full breakdown of the entire season of X-Men 97. Yeah, we're reliving some memories. Until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury. Thank you to the crew.
Yeah.
We'll catch you Thursday.
Hey.